Hey guys, Road Warrior back here. I took a first and a third, and I think another podium here on Hit the Line Jack. I wanted to update kind of a guide here, as well as some things that you might not think about in this, as well as you want to evolve. This is one that I think would be with the upcoming club series. Hopefully, it'll start sometime in the next month or two. Let's hope. Right there, you'll notice on the weather patterns, kind of look for that barometer. I do trim my leader down. Here's the setup that I use in this. Now, you could probably get away with maybe just a little bigger setup if you wanted to. However, that is the setup that I use. Now I do trim my leader down, just kind of depending on what the barometer is. In other words, if it's mid pressure or low pressure, I usually at least trim it in half, maybe a little shorter. Do pay attention to those things. Those are small adjustments you can make. Also, another adjustment, maybe you could perhaps go an 8.0. If you go smaller, you run into trouble. Now, as far as the marks here, thanks to Pac-Man here for this mark. Now that spot there probably overlaps with this spot. I do generally speak start there, but if you can't get one unique, you can probably get it from the other. Now, I could come this way if I wanted to. It kind of depends, but I'll show you the route that I normally go, but I wanted to make sure you guys had plenty of marks. Again, Pac-Man had sent me that first mark, as well as this mark down here. Pac-Man had shared with me a long time ago, a mark or two. Now, I did have a bunch of marks of my own that I put up on my other guide, but if he was kind enough to share me a couple marks, so I want to make sure I give him some credit for some of these marks as well. Now, again, I'd kind of just go on a big lap. This is a mark that I'd found on myself a long time ago with lures, and I just kind of fine-tune those marks as well as a stand mark if you need it. Now, these spots do not overlap. As you can see, I'll show you an upcoming run that I had in one of these. I think I got 12 or 13 unique. But again, I just go in this order to keep you from getting lost. Now, this is a spawn point that you can spawn to off of that bridge if you need to. You can kind of, anybody that's watched me play this before, but this is a very fun comp. I do encourage you to play, especially when the club series starts, as well as all the good rewards that come in this one. There is a spot that you can park over here on this spot and get off right there. Again, one thing I would tell you is to make sure to familiarize yourself with where you're at with these marks before you play in the actual thing. Now, you do want to drive up to a particular area, get out, and I will show you. This spot here is courtesy of my buddy Grizzly Tracks. Now, again, starting there was before, as like I said, you could kind of just do a big lap. Now, a keynote in this is, well, these things will respawn for you, so an hour respawn. Now, here's another bonus spot if you end up running into trouble or you're having a really good run. There's another spot that I know I can get one off of as well. Now, just kind of showing you here, this is a slow peak. Now, this is one you could expect the scores to be a lot lower, and that's one that you could consider going down to a 6.0 if you really wanted to. But what can happen to you in this situation is this one particular run that I won was a slower peak. I didn't get as many unique. Now, you could go down to a 6.0, but what will happen is 5.0, 6.0s, you'll find that you will pick up a lot more big eye catfish. I do usually use small tilapia, large minnows, that sort of thing. Just kind of showing you here that even though I'm using a 7.0, you might have a little slower bite on some of these, and that's up to you guys where you want to make your adjustments. Now, sometimes you might be forced to go a 5.0, 6.0, but you will. I'll just kind of showing you this cycle out here, even though those are just comments after I got that unique. Make sure that you're aware of if you're starting to get a bunch of blockers in regards to big eye catfish in particular in this comp, you definitely need to upsize your hooks. Again, I'll just kind of show you here at this run. I just wanted to show you the spot that Grizzly had shown me. I did have a lure mark for it a long time ago, but I just kind of want to show you it's kind of confusing. You kind of want to hug the waterfall here. I kind of showing you where to get out and put your rod stand in the event that this is a very confusing comp sometimes in regards to it's at night. It's so easy to get lost at the Congo. So I kind of wanted to show you so you can familiarize yourself. This is a spot that I would encourage you to try. It's a great spot. Come up here. You want to go to the left, get out your rod stand, of course, and kind of make sure, look for the green. You know, if you see the green, you know that's able to set it down. You kind of fairly close spot here. Now this, I will tell you, make sure that you're accurate on this spot. Test this out. If you go through if you throw too far, you're going to end up getting into catfish, and you do not want that. That'll be a bad time for you. As you can see here, I did pull out a couple trophies, and I did get the clutch unique that won me the competition in this particular run. And I just wanted to show you here. The power of the cat boxer is definitely enough. Now, you will do some real damage on this setup. You might even be able to try out a heavy chaser if you wanted, mess around with the lines. But I will tell you, you'll get less uniques the higher setup you go. Back in the day when I was a noob, before I started matching up my gear properly on bait competitions, you'll find If you start getting where you're not getting uniques, it's because if you're trying to use like a Cazadora or especially the Makanzi, the big bottom rod, you just will not get the uniques like you need them. As you can see there, I did pull in the unique there, so that's just showing you that I did get first in that. Got the offset 14.0, that's just nice offset hook there. I did take first, and that was a slower peak. Now I'm just going to kind of show you in the upcoming clips the difference in two peaks. Again, a lot of times you guys playing these things and you'll think one peak's going to be the same. You might have similar results and then, you know, worse results, but this is just a example of a faster peak. I'm just kind of showing it here towards the end. I did fish off all those marks, but I just wanted to show you again, just kind of looking here at the last, because it's an hour and 15-minute comp. I did get a unique, but this can happen to you as well. I think I end up taking third in this, but I caught so many uniques, and this is one adjustment that you might make if you're having a really fast run and it seems like your fish are smaller. That's maybe when you know, consider trying the Captain 8.0 and see if maybe your uniques are just a little bigger. We all know how wanky, so to speak, the hook sizes in regards to your fish size. Sometimes you just get this bad luck, but you can see all the uniques I caught in this run. Unfortunately, I had so many 29-pounders that just really killed me, but you can see all the uniques that I got there. But so many, I don't want to say 5 or 6 if you look through there, you can pause that, but at least 5, if not 6 of mine were undersized. As I'm waiting here in the clutch here to pull out again, I prefer small tilapia, large minnows, and even shiners. Shiners work okay. Now you might find another bait that you might want to use. That's entirely up to you, but for me it seems like the minnows or live bait seems to work better than the dead bait as I pull in this last clutch there to get me the third place. But I just wanted to show you again a quick review of the net on how many uniques I caught with this setup and the rotation. I didn't trim the leader down to 44 inches. I do hope this helps you guys out here and hit the line jack. Take care. We'll see you guys again in the next one.